We two different people on the planet we never been to. They don't wanna see us win, but baby we is unstoppable. Just hold me tight, we going on a ride. It's just you and I. No need to lie, gorgeous. I know that's what you like. Won't waste your time, don't think it's a lie. I just wanna show you a fairy tale life.
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Ree back into again another banger. Yes, sir. And if you haven't read by the title, today's video is a story time on how I got suspended in 5th grade. We just gonna get into the video. But before we get into the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, hey, I'm Ree. This is my channel, and I hope you enjoy my videos and subscribe. But let's get into this video. So we just gonna start from the beginning. Like we just gonna start from the beginning, and we're gonna work our way up. And if I need to go back and add parts, then that's what I'm gonna do. But it's 5th grade. Okay, cool. I was getting bullied because I was the biggest one, and I dressed like I was a tomboy, but we gonna move past that. So it's like, it's either December before Christmas break or January when we come back from Christmas break. We get this new kid in our class or whatever, and so I like him, but I didn't know if he liked me. But all my friends was telling me that he liked me, but he didn't want to tell me. So then one day in class, he passed me a note. It was like, "Do you like me? Check yes or no." And I was like, I said yeah. So then he passed it back. So then one day we was walking to the middle school because we had orientation over there or whatever, and they was gonna show us around the school. And mind you, by then we had each other Snapchat and Instagram, I think. So we was like, okay, we gonna match tomorrow while we walk over there, so everybody know that we like talking or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. So we both ended up wearing Tims and a black shirt, I think. So then we gonna fast forward a little bit. I don't remember when this was, but I don't remember like what month it was, but we just gonna say it was around March or April. It was either February or March, because April we had a class trip that my mom was paying on. And so it's the afternoon. Okay, I'm on the bus. I get off the bus. This girl that live in my neighborhood talking about some,
"That's why you finna get in trouble tomorrow. Your nigga tryna." She didn't say your nigga, but she was like, "Your boyfriend threatening to kill folks, and that's why you finna go down with him."
And I thought she was just joking. Like, I didn't really know what she was talking about. So I just started laughing. I was like, yeah, okay. Then when I get in the house, my mama on the phone with the school, and she's talking about
somebody had a knife up there. And Oh.
I did know he had a knife, but I didn't want to snitch on him because that was my boyfriend, and I didn't technically see the knife, so therefore I didn't really know if he actually had the knife on him. I just heard people talking about it. So yeah, that day at school I heard people talk about how he had a knife and how he showed people on the playground and stuff, and then he got called up to the office. But anyways, I get in the house, my mom on the phone with the school, and I walk in her room because every day I go into my mom's room after I get home from school and tell her about my day and stuff like that. And so she was like,
"Oh, here she go right here." And then she was like, "Say hello." And I was like,
"Hello?" And she was like, it was a school, and they said something, and it was like, "Did you know?"
They was like, "Did you know such and such had a knife?" And I was like,
"No." And then my mom was like,
Are you sure? And I was like,
"Yeah, I didn't see him with no knife or nothing." And they was like, "Okay." And then mom was like, "Okay, now you can," she's like, "You can leave." And so I leave, and my mom was still on the phone with them. So boom, next day I get to school, I'm in the classroom, I just finished unpacking. This thing I know the principal in there, she up there talking to my teacher, and she like,
"Larissa, we need to see you in the office." And I'm like,
It's like, we need to see you. No, she was like,
There is somebody to see you in the principal office.
and I'm just like, and she's like,
Bring all your stuff.
and then that's what everybody looked at me and they was like,
Ooh, like, you know how
what kids be. So then I'm like, okay. I'm like, what did I do? And she's like,
no, don't ask no questions. We'll talk to you when you get to the office.
and so I was like, okay. And so I just grabbed all my stuff and I went up there to the office. Next thing I know, it was like the principal and both of the assistant principals was in there with us. And she just pull out papers and she just lay them on her desk. And she's like,
Like, do you remember this conversation?
and I'm like, no. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, why are you showing me these messages? I don't even know what this is. And so she was like,
Well, such and such came up here and said that you threatened to kill her on the Tybee trip because we
we're going to type. And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I never even said this to her. I never even texted her. Mind you, she was trying to say that I threatened to kill some of my friends. And I'm like, this not making no sense. Those are my friends. Like, I was just texting them the other day. But I didn't have my phone, so I couldn't show her the proof. And so I'm just sitting in the office and they talking about something. Just
Tell the truth, did you do it or did you not do it?
and I'm like, no, like I'm crying. I'm like, no, I did not do that. Why would I threaten to kill my friends? Those are my friends. And she was like,
And she was like, well, people do things when they mad and they act like they don't remember.
and I'm like, okay. I'm like, why are you telling me this? But they was like,
Okay, since you're not cooperating, we're gonna call your mom.
and so I just sat there, like I was sniffling, crying, everything. Like I didn't know what to do. Like I was so freaking scared. That was my first time in the principal office, y'all. And so I was just nervous. Like I was shaking, everything. I did not know what was going on. I was so confused, scared, everything. So then they sent me in the waiting area in the office because it was gonna take my mom a while to get to the school because she worked in Atlanta and there was traffic. So she was like, it's gonna take her an hour to get there. So then my mama get there and I see her and she's just shaking her head at me, like, and I'm like,
In my head, I'm like, why are you shaking your head at me? Like, you know I would never do nothing like this. Like, that's crazy.
and so they tell me to come back in the office with my mom and stuff like that. And they show my mama the messages, and my mom was like,
That's not nothing my daughter would do. So why y'all can't, she's like, why she deleted the messages on her phone? Why she just didn't bring her phone?
because then we could have seen if it was my number or not. So my mom was like,
Trace the messages. And then she was like, and I'll check my daughter's phone when I get home.
because I had got my phone taken, so I didn't have it. And so they was like,
Well, we're still gonna have to send her for,
I think I got suspended for 2 days because, no, it was 3 days, but they counted the day that I was in the office because I wasn't in class. So it was like,
you can come back on Thursday.
and it was Monday or Tuesday that day. They was like, you come back on Thursday. And my
I
mom,
was like, I don't understand what she's getting suspended for. This is gonna be on her record. You know, she's a good kid. She's never been in our office before. Like,
my mom was going off, and I was like, exactly. Like I would never do nothing like that, especially not to my friends. So my mom was like, they wasn't going for it. It was like, mom was like, so you know,
or whatever. All right, she's just gonna be suspended. It is what it is.
we get home, and I had a project, so I was at home working on my project when we got home. But we get home, and my mama go through my phone, and she was on the phone with my cousin, and I was in the hallway because my room wasn't, at the time I wasn't in this room that I'm in, I was in the other room, so my room wasn't big enough for me to be trying to do a project in there. So I was in the hallway, and she was like,
I don't understand why this girl suspended her. Like, those were her friends. Like, I'm going through the messages right now. She was just talking to them about how we was at the cookout and I let her get her phone back, and how she wanted to celebrate their birthday with them, and Now the little boy gotta go to a hearing because he had a knife this day and the third.
and I was like, dang, I was like, that's crazy. So then Thursday come, I'm back at school, and when I tell you, when I walk down the 5th grade hallway, this all you see. Eyes on me, bro. Like, dang, like, can I just walk into school without y'all staring? But that made me feel good because after that, folks didn't stop talking about me. I mean, mind y'all, I didn't do it, but it just made me feel good because it was like everybody was like scared of me, so they wasn't talking bad about me or nothing like that. But anyways, Thursday come, I get to school, I'm walking down the hallway to my class. Mind you, my class is the second to last class at the end of the hallway where we go outside for recess. So that was a fat walk from the gym. So I get into class, I unpack. The teacher switched seats, so I was sitting by one of my friends. He was a twin, so I was sitting by him. And so during class or whatever, we was talking about the whole situation, and she was like, she came back there with an attitude of,
don't talk about that in the class. Talk about that on your own time. And la 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 la.
and I'm just like, bruh, shut up. Like, shut up. Like, so we waited until recess to go talk about it. And I was telling them about how the boy got a hearing, and he can't come back to school after the hearing, or he might not even be able to come back after the hearing because the other parents trying to press charges, and some of them got to go to the hearing, but I don't have to go to the hearing because I didn't see the knife or whatever. And they was like,
yeah, I know, because I got to go to the hearing, da, 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 da. And it's like, hopefully he come back.
And I was like, hopefully he do too. So then boom, like 2 weeks go by. My mama, I wrote a note because since I couldn't go, I wrote a note and my mom gave it to his mom, and my mama wrote a note and gave it to his mom so she can take it to court, because my mama knew them, I knew him, and he didn't do nothing with the knife. If he would have, I would have seen it because I was with him like 25/8. Like, we had every class together. We switched classes, and we all went to the same class. So if he would have did something with the knife, I would have seen it. And they claimed that he was threatening girls with the knife, so I would have seen that too. But we wrote them notes and everything so his mom can read them in court to show that he was a good kid and all of that. So then boom, 2 weeks go by, he come back to school, but we couldn't go to Tybee, so we stayed. But honestly, we had fun in school while they was at Tybee. Like, we really didn't do nothing. Me and him, we like ran the classes, because we still switched classes and everything, because one of the teachers didn't go, and then we had sub teachers in the other classes. But yeah, I got suspended. I think they tracked the messages and they saw that it wasn't my number, it was this other girl that lived in my neighborhood up the street. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. So
later.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and until next time.
My mom ain't raised no bitch. You fuck around and get hit. I like your ass up real quick. Getting bullied made me get big, and I ain't going back never again. I'm